Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the steps to changing an electrical provider. These are the steps that are specific to the state of Connecticut. I expect them to be very similar for other states. You just need to find the online marketplace for your state. So the first thing we're going to do is look for that online marketplace. In the state of Connecticut, it's called Energize CT. It's a really useful website for anything to do with your home energy consumption. So we're going to Google Energize CT. You can see a couple of websites here which are not relevant. So if you, even though they're called Energize CT in their title, if you look at the website name, it is not Energize CT. So we're going to go past these. And this one here, energizect.com, and there's a homepage. This is the state-run website about anything to do with your home energy consumption. So you're looking for anything to do with increasing the efficiency of your home, looking for new products like high efficiency boilers, or in our case, changing our electrical supplier. This is where you want to go. Very useful thing to do is also have an energy assessment on your home if you're looking to improve the efficiencies. There's a lot of free things in here that they can have, so you pay about $50 or something like that for a home energy assessment, and they come out. I did it last year. $50 for that energy assessment got me about $6,000 in free installation for my home. But today we're looking for our electrical provider, so we can go to the supplier rate finder. I'm going to walk you through the steps, and it's going to show you how easy it is to change electrical providers, particularly in the state of Connecticut. So you select your current provider. Most of us in Connecticut are Eversource, and obviously we're looking at a residential here, so we're going to search rates. What this is going to come up with is this comparison site. So you can put in your estimated monthly use. So mine is about 12. It's not one. Yep, it's a bit of a weird box. You have to keep clicking in it. So it's about 1,200 kilowatt hours a month. And at Eversource's current rate of about 24 cents a kilowatt hour, it's going to cost me nearly $300 a month. This doubled as of January the 1st this year, and is fixed for the next 6 months through to the end of June. So I'm looking for a new provider to provide me a cost at a lower rate. Now I have it set at my monthly usage. Now I can scroll down and I can see different providers, what their kilowatt hour cost is and how much that's going to save me a month. So multiple different providers here, and you can view a lot of information about them. So this is the cheapest one, Think Energy. And if I click on View Offer Details, it's going to take me into it. So I can see it's a billing cycle. Contract that is, a contract which is just less than short of 3 years at 15 cents a kilowatt hour. I can see the steps that are going to be required to change providers, and I can also see an investigation a record of any complaints, investigations that have been made in the state of Connecticut against Think Energy. I can also see the number of customers that used it at the end of the calendar year. So this is a pretty small provider in the Connecticut. And you can use this maybe as a level of confidence in terms of how good this company is to deal with. In 2016, they had 13,000 customers, and now they have less than 300 in Connecticut. So maybe I'll back out of that one. Scroll down a little further. Constellation New Energy, I hear a few people use this. It's a slightly higher rate, still going to save me close to $100 a month, $90 a month for that at the current usage rate. If I view my offer details here, I can see this is a 3-year contract for them to supply energy at that rate. Again, similar steps to make the change. I got that history. There's a lot less history on this company. And I can see they're pretty steady in the number of customers that they have at the end of the year in Connecticut. So 52,000 now at 62,000. So let's dig a little deeper into this. So if I want to change provider, I've got an Enroll Now button, but I just want to take you back particularly for the state of Connecticut, this is going to be really useful. There's a little disclaimer up here. Suppliers may not charge cancellation fees for residential customers. In the state of Connecticut, my understanding is you are protected against early termination fees if you want to change your electrical provider. So let's say the cost of electricity declines at any point in the next 3 years, in theory, then I should be able to make a change to away. If I change this company today, I should be able to make a change away from this company to a different one without paying a fee. But I'm going to click on Enroll Now, and I'm going to put in the zip code here of the state capital in Hartford, 06101, to give you an indicative view of what the plans are. So the current electricity provider in that zip code is Eversource. I'm going to move forward, and hey, if you guys know any offer codes, throw them in the comments below. So there's 2 contracts available, a 36-month contract at this rate and a 24-month at a marginally higher rate. Excuse me. And then so we have, but with 0 early termination fees in the state of Connecticut, it makes sense to go for the cheaper rate. Other states, you are going to have early termination fees, and you can read the small print down here that you get 90 days to terminate it without incurring that early termination fee. So presumably this applies to, I think there's only Connecticut and 1 other state which doesn't have the early termination fees. So because I'm protected against it, I'm going to go for that lower rate. I'm going to select this plan. I did select it. I guess I got to click continue down here. Here's where I'm going to fill in my name and address of the service, the address where I'm getting service to, which for most of us is going to be our home address. And I'm going to move forward. And then the second screen, I'm not going to put my details in here, but the second screen is basically going to ask you for this information here. It's going to ask you for your account number from Eversource. And all you got to do is look at your most recent bill. All this information is in there. Your account number and your POD ID, whatever that is, it's on your bill. No idea what it's for, but it's there. Your service and billing address, which for most residential customers is one and the same. Your name key, which for Eversource is most of the time the first 4 letters of your last name, but again, it's highlighted on your bill, as is your billing cycle. And you're going to put that in on the next screen over here and hit submit. And then you're going to get a notification via email within a couple of hours from the provider saying they received your request to transfer, and then they do the rest of the work. So it's not an instantaneous transfer. There has to be some lifting done. So they reach out to Eversource, show that you've requested the transfer. They reach out to your previous supplier, show that you've requested the transfer, and begin to set the wheels in motion. But it's not going to transfer until there's been a meter read date has occurred. So providers know how much to bill to your previous supplier and how much to bill to your new supplier. A couple of things to note then is it can take about 1 to 2 months then to actually make the change between providers. So if you know you've got a rate increase coming ahead, which we did for Eversource on January 1st this year, a great time to do this would have been about 2 months ago. And then, but I know a lot of folks are looking at it now. And then really keep record of that term date. So you're on a 36, if I was to switch to this one, I'd be on a 36-month, 3-year contract. So it's January 2nd, 2023 right now. So in December 2025, I'd really want to be going in and having another shop around, because this rate could spike on the automatic renewal. And it's an element to which that's something to the benefit is maybe of the company that you are not concentrating on the cost that you're paying, that rate will increase at the end of the contract as you enter a new one. But because we have no early termination fees in Connecticut, if I hear about the electrical rate drop in significantly at any point in the duration of my contract, I'm going to come back onto this marketplace and I'm going to see what rates are available. Just 18 months ago, it was about 8 cents a kilowatt hour from Eversource, and they were the cheapest at the time. And if that happens again, hey, I'm going to switch back. I'm going to take my opportunity to switch, and the benefit of living in a state with high consumer protections, giving me the freedom to make the change. That is as easy as it is to make the change. So you put in the request, and the electrical companies deal with the rest of the work. The only thing to bear in mind is it takes a couple of months to actually make the change. It's not instantaneous. It's not like, oh, my electricity costs spiked today, I'm going to go in and change providers. not how it works. So be vigilant, be looking ahead, be looking at those prices on the state exchange. This is the one, Energize CT for Connecticut. Folks, if you know of the other state websites for exchanges, like say, throw them in the comments. I expect them to work in a very similar manner. My overall message to you is it's not as hard as it may seem to change electrical providers, and that ultimately can save you a lot of money a month because of the variation in the cost. Hey, thanks for listening. I hope this is helpful to you. If it was, please like the video, throw any comments or questions below, and I'll get back to everyone that reaches out. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.